Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother and sister, welcome back to Islamic Notes channel. American writer and film producer Michael Wolfe converts to Islam, an American poet, writer, and president and co-executive producer of the Unity Productions Foundation. Michael B. Wolfe converted to Islam at the age of 40. A secular American born in Cincinnati, Ohio, to a Christian mother and a Jewish father. Wolfe has been a frequent lecturer on Islamic issues at universities across the United States, including Harvard, Georgetown, Stanford, SUNY Buffalo, and Princeton. He holds a degree in classics from Wesleyan University. I have no arguments or differences with Christians, Jews, or people of other faiths, but to me, Islam is perfect. It speaks to me. It helps me become a better person, Wolfe said, as reported by the International Quran News Agency, IQNA. Wolfe has also written a book about the Hajj from an American perspective. He said performing the Hajj with 3 million people from all over the world, in one place at one time, praying together, eating together, performing rituals together, had a strong integrative power for him. According to Wolfe, that moment united all the elements of being a Muslim, both personally and communally. Wolfe likened himself to an unbaked cake and Mecca to an oven that mixed all the ingredients together. Journey to Islam. Leading television station CNN interviewed someone named Michael Wolfe regarding the Hajj pilgrimage several years ago. Despite having a Western name, Wolfe was able to provide a clear and lengthy explanation regarding the Hajj pilgrimage, as well as events that had occurred previously. Wolfe also explained in detail everything related to the implementation of the Hajj pilgrimage, starting from the pillars of the Hajj, the procedures, to the meaning of each worship performed. But who is Michael Wolfe? In fact, Wolfe is the author of a book entitled 1,000 Roads to Mecca, 10 Centuries of Travelers Writing About the Muslim Pilgrimage. In addition, he once made a documentary about the Hajj pilgrimage for the same television station. So if you look at his curriculum vitae, it is not wrong if the television station chooses Wolfe as its resource person. He is also known as a producer, writer, and scholar. Apart from producing books and films, he often gives public lectures on Islam at a number of renowned universities in the U.S. The journey of the man born on April 3, 1945 in Islam is a manifestation of his commitment as a Muslim after he declared himself as a Muslim convert. Michael Wolfe became a Muslim in the 80s, and since then he has served for the advancement of Islam and Muslims throughout the world. Starting in the late 70s, Wolfe, who was already a writer at that time, wanted to find enlightenment in his life. He tried to soften his cynical feelings in seeing the conditions of the environment around him. Born into a family with 2 religious beliefs, his father was of Jewish descent, while his mother was a Christian. This situation caused Wolfe to be somewhat stressed when he had to talk about issues of religion and freedom. Guidance came after seeing Muslims praying on the plane. Until then, he found a memorable moment. One time he was traveling to Brussels, Belgium. As soon as he finished dinner, Wolfe went to the toilet. At the same time, a number of Muslim passengers were praying in their respective seats because it was time for the Isha prayer. Wolfe, who came out of the toilet, was amazed to see the incident. He continued to observe the worship carried out by Muslims. He then realized wherever and whenever, faithful Muslims would never neglect their obligation to worship God. I just stood and observed. I saw some of them holding a book the size of a palm and then placing it on their chest while praising their God, said Wolfe. This incident made Wolfe want to know more about Islam. He wanted to find a religion that was not only limited to rituals or worship, and there was no doubt in it. Wolfe then decided to wander to North Africa and settled in the area for approximately 3 years. There, he interacted with a completely different environment. Wolfe met with many ethnicities, tribes, and religions, including those of Arab and African descent who were Muslim. That was his first truly intense introduction to Islam, and immediately he felt a more intimate, polite, and tolerant atmosphere. Muslims welcomed him with open arms. From his observations, as quoted from the Islam for Today page, Muslims never differentiate someone based on ethnicity or skin color. Everyone is seen as equal and equal, whether poor, rich, old, young, and so on. Islam only differentiates people based on their faith and devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is clearly in stark contrast to his life before. For example, in socializing with others, discrimination often arises because of differences in skin color, ethnicity, or beliefs. This happens every day in society, even though they claim to have religious beliefs. It's really concerning, he explained. He also found peace in Islam. In his heart, he confirmed the statement of the American Muslim figure, Malcolm X, who said that Americans need to understand Islam because Islam is the only religion that teaches mutual respect and appreciation for other humans sincerely. The author of the article entitled Islam, the Next American Religion, also believes that Islam is a religion that is suitable for American conditions. There are several reasons, including that Islam has a democratic spirit, is egalitarian, and is tolerant of other beliefs. Wolfe, who later changed his name to Michael Abdul Majid Wolfe, believes that his colleagues were wrong in judging Islam. Islam, from his observations, has so far been widely misinterpreted and distorted from the actual reality. In short, Islam is a religion of peace, Wolfe emphasized. He is increasingly determined to embrace Islam with all its consequences because he sees the goodness and virtue in this religion. According to him, Islam emphasizes brotherhood and love, both for fellow human beings and the universe. Furthermore, this figure sees that in the next few years, Islam will become the religion with the fastest growth in Europe and America. From year to year, the number of Muslims has grown, including those who have converted. And among other things, this is triggered by the increasing number of people who understand the true essence of Islamic teachings. After performing the Hajj pilgrimage around the beginning of 1990, Wolfe made his best contribution in the form of a book entitled Mecca, The Hajj, published in 1993, and 1,000 Roads to Mecca, 1997. Continuing his writing activities, this graduate of the Bachelor of Classical Arts at Wesleyan University founded the Tombouctou Books Publishing House in Bolinas, California. One of his achievements was when he edited a collection of essays by American Muslim writers in a book entitled Taking Back Islam: American Muslims Reclaim Their Faith. This book won the Wilbur Award in 2003 in the category of Best Religious Book. Wolfe has also been the host of a short film program about the Hajj journey to Mecca for Ted Koppel's Nightline on ABC television station. The program also won a media award from the Muslim Public Affairs Council, Preaching Through Film Media. Michael Wolfe's love is beyond doubt. His days are always filled with various Islamic activities. In between his busy writing, which he uses as a medium for preaching, Wolfe spreads Islamic poetry to the wider community, especially non-Muslims, through other media. In February 2003, he collaborated with CNN television journalist Zain Verjee to create a documentary film program about the Hajj pilgrimage. In 1999, together with fellow filmmaker Alex Cronemer, Wolfe founded a media education foundation called the Unity Productions Foundation, UPF. Wolfe and Alex's collaboration in UPF later produced a television documentary about the life story of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, entitled Muhammad, Legacy of a Prophet. Regarding the film, Wolfe said they wanted to target two audiences at once. First, the educated class and the general public in the West. Most of them do not know much about the real life of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, so they often give a negative perception. While second, the Muslim community itself, so that they can get to know the noble figure of the Prophet Sallallahu better. The film was shot in 3 countries: Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and the United States. A number of religious figures, historians and scholars such as Sheikh Hamza Yusuf, Karen Armstrong, Sharif Basyouni, Sayyid Hassan Nasser, and many more were listed as sources. To increase accuracy, together with Cronemer, Wolfe studied the Sirah, history, and books on the Hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu. Many Muslims skip prayer. This man converted to Islam. Because of prayer, it may be strange when Muslims are leaving their obligation to pray in droves. This person wants to convert to Islam because he sees Muslims praying. It is extraordinary. He is Michael Wolfe, a writer and convert who tells many things about the Hajj pilgrimage. He can explain in detail everything related to the implementation of the Hajj pilgrimage. One of his books even tells of his first journey as a convert to Islam while performing the Hajj pilgrimage. The author of the book, entitled 1,000 Roads to Mecca, 10 Centuries of Travelers, writing about the Muslim pilgrimage, is also a producer, scholar, and documentary filmmaker about the Hajj for the CNN television network. The introduction of the man who was born on April 3, 1945 to Islam began in the late 70s. At that time, Wolfe was already a writer who wanted to find enlightenment in his life. He tried to soften the cynicism in his heart when he saw the conditions of his surroundings. Born into two different religious families, Jewish and Christian, Wolfe felt a little pressured when talking about religion and freedom, until one day he found an incident that impressed him. At that time, he was flying to Brussels, Belgium. After finishing dinner, Wolfe went to the bathroom. At the same time, a group of Muslims were praying in their respective chairs. When he came out of the restroom, he was amazed by the event. Wolfe continued to observe the worship performed by the Muslims on the plane. He just realized wherever and whenever the faithful Muslims always perform their worship. They hold a book the size of their palms while continuing to make certain movements. After that, they put the book on their chests as if it were a holy book, said Wolfe. The incident made Wolfe want to know Islam more deeply. All this time, Wolfe had been looking for a religion that was not only ritualistic or worshipful, a religion that was not only to please its leaders, and there was no separation between the world and the afterlife. Wolfe wanted a religion that had no doubts in it. Wolfe then decided to go to North Africa, specifically to Morocco. He chose this country because its Muslims are devout and its conditions are more stable. Wolfe has been to Morocco twice, in 1981 and 1985. He felt that it was in the African continent that he found balance in life through Islam. In Morocco, he interacted with many tribes, ethnicities, and religions, including Arab and African descendants who were Muslim. It was here that Wolfe interacted deeply with Muslims. According to Wolfe, the Muslims there welcomed him warmly. They were polite, tolerant, and the atmosphere created felt friendly. Wolfe spent 3 years there. The deeper Wolfe studied Islam, the more he found what he had been looking for. His heart began to be amazed and fascinated by Islam. Michael Wolfe finally decided to become a Muslim. As a writer and filmmaker, Wolfe preaches through the books and documentaries he makes. However, Wolfe's decision was regretted by his colleagues, who consisted of Western intellectuals. According to them, Wolfe made the wrong choice of Islam, which is always associated with violence and backward society. But the man who later changed his name to Michael Abdul Majid Wolfe did not waver. He even predicted that Islam would become the majority religion in Western Europe within the next 30 years.